Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. John Belkowitz here, Intelligent Concrete. Starting out a new beautiful day in paradise. Wanted to talk about Roman concrete. There's been a lot of articles on Roman concrete and how amazing Roman concrete is, and we should go back to Roman concrete. And I just wanted to comment on that. Roman concrete was something that truly fascinated me during the earlier parts of my PhD, and spent a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of resources with a bunch of my undergraduates looking at some of the formulas that are currently available for Roman tech. And there's a great book written by David E. Moore called The Triumph of Roman Concrete, the Roman Pantheon. And I'm paraphrasing there, I can't remember the exact title. But anyway, great book. Where David E. Moore has spent a couple of decades or a few decades researching this awesome technology. And I've got a piece of Roman concrete in my hand. One of our followers was gracious enough to get this for us. And I just want to, throw some information out there. First of all, we really don't know the true Roman technology and the true mixes that were used. There are some documents that do give us some information, but a lot of it has been lost throughout the millennia, and that's one of the biggest tragedies of Roman technology, especially when it comes to concrete. Now, as it stands, Romans used an earlier form of concrete where they were taking slaked lime and combining it with volcanic ash that had a lot of silica, and the slaked lime had calcium, and over time it hardened to give us the concrete that we know and love today. Now, bear in mind, though, the Romans did not have concrete that's set up in 24 hours. Most of the concrete that we use today gains its 28-day strength in somewhere around 24 hours. That was a big change back in the late 90s when we went from the coarser grain cements that we use similarly to the Hoover Dam to these China, India-based cements when we went through this huge cement shortage back in the late 90s. And those China, India-based cements had a lot more alkalis, were a lot finer. So their 28-day strength, they made that in 24 hours, 7 days, but a lot faster than the previous cements, and much faster than Roman cements and Roman concrete. So that's one thing to keep in mind. People are amazed at how long Roman concrete has lasted, and shoot, the Roman Pantheon is over 2,500 years old, and it's lasted almost 7 or 8 earthquakes. So, yeah, kudos to them. But that being said, they had a lot more patience than us. Another thing is, the Romans didn't really have to worry about nasty environments. And when I say nasty environments, Minnesota, Michigan, Colorado, New Jersey, New York, those places get hammered with snow, with ice, and then de-icing salts, and then we have a huge amount of traffic. So I understand, all these articles, especially the folks from the universities. Hey, they need to make money too, and it's amazing stuff to research. But to suggest that we are going to go back to the Roman technology and Roman concrete is absurd. We do not have months and months to wait before we can get on top of a structure, before we can open up a structure to traffic, or before we can use a structure, especially if it's an in-service structure that's getting an addition, or a foundation that's requiring the rest of the structure to be built on it. So those are my 2 cents during our concrete coffee talk today. I hope you have an awesome one. Don't forget to share, like, all that jazz. But more importantly, if you got any concrete questions, concrete concerns, shoot us a direct message or a question on any of our social media platforms. And remember, go concrete, beat asphalt.